Hey everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I'm waiting to do an interview so I can put that up to YouTube also. And the topic for that video slash interview is going to be about how to be successful as a freelancer in the clinical research industry. And this is going to apply to any industry. Okay, it applies to my real estate business. For those of you who follow me closely, you know I'm also a realtor. I mean, these are just general principles. We're not exempt from it in clinical research. I don't know why people in their unique industries always think they're exempt from the general rules of sales and marketing. And this is not true. I've yet to find one industry where that's the case. If you can think of one, let me know. Um, there's no such thing as an overnight success. There's no such thing as hanging up your shingle saying you're a consultant and then immediately getting business. Okay, and if that did happen, that's probably because that person was doing things prior to hanging up his shingle or her shingle that actually allowed for that to happen. Okay, so things don't happen overnight. This video and this topic, which I hope to be able to do an interview with Darshan Kulkarni on it soon. If it's not going to be today, it's going to be another day. We are going to get to it because he's a freelancer in this industry and he's a successful one. And then I've interviewed other people. For those of you who have been following me for a long time, you remember I've had 3 or 4 interviews with a former FDA auditor. I've had other consultants on. I myself, I own research sites, but I'm also a freelancer. So I do digital marketing for CROs, pharma companies. I also do consulting in this business, although for that I have a business partner. But I mean, all these principles apply here. These people put themselves out there, and by the way, it's not always making videos, all right? Like that's one of the things I do, but there's lots of behind the scenes stuff I do, like phone calls, cold call, right? I cold call a lot in this business, especially now that I'm building my CRO. And for the last 10 years, we've owned research sites. And then the consulting business, I sort of respond to the inbound leads that are coming my way, mostly because of these videos and also the podcast I do, and then all the social media and all that stuff. But for the CRO, my audience is slightly different. I'm trying to reach out to biotech project managers at biotech companies who probably have never heard of me, the clinical trials guru, or any of that other nonsense. Uh, they're working on creating molecules and developing products and putting those drugs or medical devices through clinical trials. I need to reach them. It may not come from videos, it may have to come from me cold calling. You know what's worked very well for me? Besides email pitches, which I think are not working very well for anybody because most people don't know how to do email pitches or LinkedIn pitches well because they spam, is sending old-fashioned snail mail to the key decision makers at these biotechs, right? So if you're a consultant, if you're a freelancer in this space, the way to attract more business, I'm reading a really good book right now called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. I recommend everyone read it. The way you bring and get more business for yourself is whatever you think you need to do as far as activity to generate business, you need to do 10 times more of that. So, yeah, you may be cold calling 2 or 3 sales prospects a day. That needs to be 20 or 30 sales prospects a day. You may be sending out 5 email pitches a day. That needs to be 50 email pitches a day. And more than just spamming people's inbox, you need to actually be creating a dialogue between yourself and them. And guess what? We have social network tools. I just said you don't have to do videos. That's fine. Not everyone wants to do these videos. I get it. But you can write a blog post. You can write a piece of content. You can write a 200-word article or blog post that's going to attract the attention of a key decision maker or your target market, the people you're trying to get as your customers. You can do all this stuff. It doesn't have to be videos, doesn't have to be podcasts, doesn't have to be ebooks. It could be an infographic, it could be anything. approach people on LinkedIn from different angles. You can't all always be spamming, all right? So 10x rule, if you think you need to write one blog post a week, guess what? You're going to write 10 blog posts a week because things are always much more difficult than you initially will anticipate, right? Always. And if you don't know that going in, you're going to give up too soon, right? So that's the key for being successful in this industry, the clinical research industry, as a freelancer. And by the way, this also applies to those of you future CRAs that are looking to get hired. And by the way, a lot of you CRAs are independent contractors, and you can work with various different CROs, all right? You know the recruiters, you know where to apply. 10x, all right? Whatever you think you need to do 10 times more of that. Whatever your goals are, you need to set your goals 10 times higher so that you can achieve your initial goal, right? So someone out there, this person who I was interacting with actually on LinkedIn, was asking me how can they get more business for their consulting company. And so in this person's case, I mean, he's got to expand all of his business development activities, all of them, and then possibly add more. Like maybe do videos, maybe do a podcast, maybe do a written blog post, maybe do infographics, maybe go to more conferences, maybe call more people, maybe send more email pitches, maybe send more direct mail. There's always things you can be doing for consultants, for freelancers, for CRAs who are looking to become independent contractors. If you're a CRA as an employee, there's probably not much you want to do. You're already given enough work. But if you're a contractor, and I know many CRAs who are independent contractors, they make a good amount of money. They make from 200 to 300K a year consistently because they're always applying for new projects. And they don't, by the way, you don't always get the projects you apply for. This is why you need to do 10x, right? You may get one out of those 10. You may get one out of those 100, but sometimes that's all you need. So this video is going to go to all you freelancers, consultants, independent contractor CRAs. Also applies to research sites, whether you're trying to get more studies or get more study participants. As a general rule, whatever you think you need to do 10 times more. Be consistent with it. Set your goals 10 times higher and watch what happens, all right? Try this just for a week. This is why I've had this contest last Christmas, Christmas 2015, where I encourage research sites out there looking to get studies for themselves, looking to bring more business to their clinics, to email 100 study directors or project managers or people that they find from clinicaltrials.gov. Email 100 of those a week. Good things will happen. I know several dozen of you out there did this for the week. They took me up on this challenge and they got studies. Oh, weird. Weird how that happens, right? So just something to help you out. Take massive action or you won't get massive results in any industry, but in clinical research especially. Things don't just fall out of the sky and hit you on the head and you get new business that way. And yes, it is a smaller industry, and yes, people do know each other and personal relationships matter. So maybe you need to go to more conferences. Maybe you need to physically go. If you're in a place like San Diego or North Carolina or Atlanta or Houston or San Francisco, where there's a lot of research vendors and research industry people and companies in that area, maybe you need to go in person. That's something I haven't done yet. I'm in Orange County, California. I'm trying to get more business for my CRO. One of the things I've been considering doing, and I haven't gotten around to it, and this is where even I need to increase, I need to 10x my activities. I've been doing good on these videos and podcasts and social media, but maybe I need to do more going out, physically going out, knocking on doors of these biotechs and letting them know, hey, this is me. Nice to meet you. This is what I do. Nice that we're in the same area. Maybe we can network. We don't necessarily have to do any business now, but if you don't mind, I'm going to drop off some material and maybe we can collaborate sometime down the road and let me understand, let me get a better understanding of what it is you're trying to accomplish. Do that 100 times a week, you're going to get something, and that's a message to myself as well. So hopefully this helps. I want to spend more time on this topic with Darshan Kulkarni when we set up our interview. So until then, talk to you soon. Thanks for watching, Guru Nation, all right? The Clinical Trials Guru and Guru Nation. Take care.